Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I felt like doing a little bit of baking, so I thought we would try and make some Rocky Road cookies. The ingredients we're going to need for them are 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips that I divided in half, 1 cup of chopped walnuts, 2 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of butter, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 eggs. And those are all the ingredients that we need. The first thing you're going to want to do is melt your butter over on the stove and then combine it with 1/2 cup of your chocolate chips, which I've already gone ahead and done. And you want to cook those until it's melted, and then you need to let it come to room temperature, which mine is already done, so we can go ahead and move on to the next step. The only thing is you want to be careful that you do not burn your chocolate while you're doing it. And all I did was, as the butter was melting, I went ahead and added my chips and continued to stir until they were done. Then I removed them from the heat and allowed them, or then transferred them into this bowl and allow them to come to room temperature. The next thing we're going to do is add our eggs as well as our sugar. And I'm also going to go ahead and add in the vanilla extract, and then we are going to stir this until it's well combined. Alright, now that I have this stirred together, I'm going to sift together my flour and my baking powder and salt, and we're just going to sift that straight into the bowl. While I'm doing this, I would like to remind you of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that Japika Death and I have going on our channels. It is a community-driven playlist made up of you, our friends, and YouTube family. If you would like to be a part of it, all you have to do is go out and make a cooking video and then post it to your channel. And once you've done that, let either Japik or I know in the comment section of our latest cooking videos. Or if you're a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know over there as well. The only thing we do ask is that you mention the Gamers and Geeks playlist somewhere in your video, as well as leaving a link to it down in the description of your video. That way, we can continue to support all the people that have already contributed to the list. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to sift all this flour in, and then I'll bring you back once it's done. Alright, now that our flour is sifted in, all I'm going to do is stir it in until it's well combined. Alright, now that I have our flour well combined, I'm going to go ahead and add in the chocolate chips, the last 1/2 cup of them, as well as my 1 cup of nuts. And I'm going to stir these in. Now that I have the nuts and chocolate chips mixed in, I'm simply dropping these by rounded tablespoonful right onto my unprepared cookie sheet. And what I mean by that is there's no oil or parchment paper on it. And after I drop it down, all I'm doing is adding 3 little marshmallows right into the center. You don't want to add your marshmallows into the batter because they will disappear when you bake them. Alright, I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'll bring you back when I'm done. Alright guys, I've got the cookie dough all doled out and the little marshmallows in place. I'm now going to transfer my sheet into a 400-degree oven, where I'm going to allow it to bake for roughly 7 to 8 minutes, or until my cookies are done. And after I bring them out of the oven, I'm going to transfer them immediately to a wire rack to allow them to cool, and I'll bring you back once that happens. Alright guys, our cookies are done and they've cooled down a little bit. I will say these took 17 minutes in total to cook, and that's probably due to the size that I made them. I think if you cut them probably about in half, it would take about the 7 to 9 minutes, and the marshmallows probably wouldn't have melted quite as much as they did. But regardless, they smell absolutely delicious, and I cannot wait to get in here and give one of these a try. Oh, look at that nice gooey marshmallow on top. These are so good. They are nice and crispy around the edges, but still soft and chewy in the middle part of it. And definitely still warm. Alright, but that is going to be it for me for the day. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys tried this recipe out. Let me know how it turns out for you. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist as well as my Cooking with Vault Girl playlist. I will leave links down in the description to them. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.